Welcome to the Beginner's Guide to Ayurveda. What are Vata, Pitta and Kapha? This is a short and simple introduction that explains the basic principles of Ayurveda in a way that's easy to apply to everyday life. You learn about the elements, the doshas, and how we can use opposites to bring ourselves back into balance. The key takeaway is the daily rhythm, a structure that can rely or that can really help us feel better, clearer, and more in flow. Let's begin. If you're new to Ayurveda, Ayurveda is the sister science of yoga. Ayur means life or longevity, and Veda means science or knowledge. So Ayurveda is often called the science of longevity. It has three purposes: to maintain health, to prevent disease, and to support healing and a long life. Ayurveda goes back a long way. Its roots are in the Vedas, ancient texts dated up to 6,000 years ago. They include detailed knowledge about healing, the use of plants, and even surgery. Yes, you heard right, surgery. One of the key texts, the Sushruta Samhita, describes surgical instruments that are surprisingly similar to the ones used today. The basic concept of Ayurveda is simple. Everything in the universe, including us, is made of 5 elements: ether or space, air, fire, water, and earth. Each element has certain qualities. Ether is empty, it's light, it's cold, it's dry, it's subtle. Air is moving, it's light, it's cold, it's dry and rough. Fire is hot, oily, sharp, light and rough. Water is cool, is soft, moist, heavy, cohesive. And earth is dense, cool, heavy, stable, and unctuous. These elements are in everything, in nature, in our food, in our thoughts, and in our bodies. In Ayurveda, it is all about balance. Their basic principles, same plus same equals more of the same. That's quite logical, right? Our bodies are always trying to come back into a balanced state, what we call homeostasis. We naturally do this without even realizing. When our mouth feels dry, we drink water. When we're cold, we put on a sweater. When we're hot, we take it off. But with food and habits, it's not always so easy. Let's take an example. If we already have a lot of heat in our body, so the fire element is quite dominant, and we eat something hot and spicy, like chilies for example, or do a strong fast-paced yoga class, we're adding more heat. If we already tend to cold hands and feet, and we eat cold salads or drink cold drinks, we are getting colder. All makes sense, right? If we lie down for rest or meditation in a cold room without layers, we increase the qualities of air and ether, the ones with cold quality. Ayurveda reminds us to bring the opposite qualities to balance. Instead of eating chili and hot yoga, we go for slower grounding practice and calming breath. Instead of salad and no socks, we have warm soup wear socks, and use a blanket. Sounds too easy? That's because at that stage it is simple, and it gets more complex when we are already out of balance. Then we need more help to come back into balance. Now let's look at the doshas, the 3 bioenergies, which you might be more familiar with, or at least you've heard the names. The 5 elements form the 3 doshas. So the elements are really the base of everything. Ether and air elements, they form Vata dosha. Fire and water, they form Pitta dosha. Kapha is water and earth. Each dosha has its own qualities and tendencies, and they are all based on the qualities of the individual elements. Let's have a look. So Vata, air and ether elements, is dry, cold, light, mobile, rough, subtle, and changing. In the body, Vata types tend to be tall or very small, with long slender fingers and toes, dry skin, thin hair, light build, and often cold, especially hands and feet. Mind and behavior in Vata dosha expresses as fast thinking, quick to change topics, full of ideas and enthusiasm, creativity and inspiring, but can be indecisive, unreliable, and anxious. Pitta, the fire and water element, is hot and sharp, oily, fast, intense, and clear. In the body, Pitta dosha expresses itself as a medium athletic build, fair skin, often with freckles, clear eyes, very strong digestion, and a tendency to inflammation or skin issues. The Pitta behavior and mind are sharp and focused, organized. Pitta dominant people are natural leaders, can become bossy or impatient if Pitta is out of balance. Kapha is the earth and the water element, and it is heavy and cool and soft and stable and moist and dense. A Kapha body is broad-built, thick hair, big, even teeth, smooth skin, good digestion, and strong immunity. The mind and behavior of the Kapha dosha is calm and thoughtful and loyal, slow to act but very reliable. They like to understand before making decisions. Everyone has their unique mix of these 3 doshas based on their basic constitution. The seasons, or even the time of day of conception. That's when the basic constitution is determined. So because the elements are everywhere in the universe, so the doshas are not just in our body. No, they are even in the time of the day. The day also follows a doshic rhythm. From 6 to 10 a.m. and p.m. is Kapha time. From 10 to 2 a.m. and p.m. is Pitta time. And from 2 to 6 a.m. and p.m. it's Vata time. When we align with these energies, we use less effort and we swim in the current instead of against it. Here's a simple Ayurvedic daily routine to demonstrate how we can follow or how we can apply these principles of the elements and the effect that they have on the times of the day. So waking up by 6 a.m. because remember, from 2 to 6 a.m. and p.m. is Vata time with its light and mobile and clear qualities. To harness this, Ayurveda suggests to wake up early. 6 a.m. is best. After that, clean the tongue, oil pulling, drink a glass of hot water, eat some soaked and peeled almonds, and take a teaspoon of Chyawanprash. After that, shower, some yoga, meditation. Breakfast is around 8 a.m. 8 a.m. falls into the Kapha time, which is from 6 to 10. Breakfast in Ayurveda is savory and it's light because Kapha has heavy qualities. And remember, we always balance with the opposite quality. Lunch, ideally, is between 12 and 2 p.m. This is when the digestion is the strongest because that's Pitta time, and Pitta has a very strong digestion. We want to use the quality to have our main and most substantial meal of the day. In the afternoon, any time in the afternoon, take a 10 minutes rest, lie down, do nothing, listen to music, main thing, do nothing. That will really help you to pick up the energy for the rest of the day. Dinner in Ayurveda should be early, latest by 6 p.m. because from 6 to 10 is Kapha time, from 2 to 6 is Vata time. Both doshas have not the strongest digestion. So an early dinner and a light dinner. Ideally, something with soup, easy to digest, includes protein. Bedtime is by 10 p.m. Before 10, it's still Kapha time. So that's the end of the Kapha time, 10 p.m. And we want to have the heaviness of Kapha to give us this heavy and comfortable, nice, heavy feeling when we want to go to bed and when we fall asleep easily. Just as we get up with a Vata time, that is light and mobile. We want to go to bed with a Kapha time, which is heavy and slow, to get us into to use these qualities to help us with whatever we do. After 10 p.m., remember from 10 to 2 is Pitta time, also in the night. And Pitta means activity and busyness. So after 10, slowly we'll get back into the second wind. You probably have experienced that by 11 or 12, if you're not in bed by then at the latest, you think, wow, I'm now so awake, I can do loads of things. So that's how we use the doshas and the qualities of them for our daily rhythm to make it aligned. And when we are aligned, we are using less energy. So coming back to bedtime, before we go to bed, or before you go to bed, wash your feet, apply some oil on the foot soles, coconut oil if you have heat in the body, and otherwise sesame or almond. Finally, The seasons, they also have their dosha, or doshic rhythm. Autumn to midwinter is Vata season. Summer is Pitta season because it's hot. And late winter to spring is Kapha season, when there is everything moving and coming out and life is sort of in the starting blocks and spring out. So again, the opposite qualities in your food and in your lifestyle is to stay balanced. So in the autumn and winter, with the Vata qualities of lightness, of cold, of mobility, you want to stay warm, you want to go to bed early, do something that is more grounding. In the summer and the Pitta time, you want to eat cooling food like the juicy berries that are in season, cooling food like cucumbers, bitter taste, leafy greens. And in the late winter and spring, in the Kapha season with its heavy and slow qualities, you want to add spice to your food and keep it light. I hope this gave you a little guidance into the core of Ayurveda. Of course, there is so much more to explore, like seasonal food, digestion, disease prevention. But understanding these basics make it easier to follow what comes next. I leave you with one of my favorite lines from the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali. Heyam dukkam anagatam. Future suffering can be avoided. When we start to observe the seasons, the time of day, and make little changes to match what's naturally happening around us, we begin to feel better, clearer, and more in sync with ourselves. Ayurveda and yoga are full of practical tools to help us live a long, healthy, and fulfilled life. Thank you, and hear you again.